ساتوی پسرو وینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو داد شهیدانو کور داد کور داد باتورانو کور.
Good evening. Welcome to RTA News. Today is Wednesday, July 2, 2025. Thanks for joining us. A high-level delegation of the Islamic Emirate led by Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar Khan arrived in Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, to participate in the 17th Summit of the Heads of State of the Economic Cooperation Organization, or ECO. The high-level delegation of the Islamic Emirate led by the Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs was warmly welcomed by the Azerbaijani side at the Haidar Aliyev International Airport. A delegation led by the Deputy Prime Minister for Administrative Affairs of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, Maulavi Abdul Salam Hanafi, inaugurated the construction of a camp for returning Afghan refugees in Nimroz at the cost of 16 million Afghanis. The media office of the Nimroz Provincial Office said that during the visit, in addition to assessing the situation of the returning refugees and the activities of the service committees, the Deputy Prime Minister for Administrative Affairs, Mr. Hanafi, also visited refugee camps near the Silk Road. The UNAM office in Kabul said that the working group meetings on counter-narcotics and private sector support hosted by the United Nations and attended by the representatives from Afghanistan and various countries have been held in Doha. The UNAM statement said that the two-day meeting will assess the support for the private sector and the activities carried out against narcotics in Afghanistan, as well as identify priorities for future cooperation. Here is the report.
A two-day meeting hosted by the United Nations on the fight against drugs and support for the private sector in Afghanistan is underway in Doha.
The meeting will review activities carried out against drugs and set priorities for future cooperation. Representatives of member states, international organizations, the Islamic Emirate, and the United Nations are participating in these meetings. The discussions have a purpose and are meaningful. Eventually, these efforts will yield results because the region is searching a stage where it stops sacrificing its own interests for the benefit of other countries.
The meeting in Doha is considered important for Afghanistan. It is believed that this meeting will be effective in developing alternative drug cultivation and strengthening the private sector in Afghanistan.
Suppose such a decision is implemented in practice. In that case, Afghanistan will certainly experience greater economic growth, which will then open a better path for political and diplomatic interactions. We will be able to easily reach and interact with the international community and take effective steps towards official recognition.
Meanwhile, Pakistan's Special Envoy for Afghanistan, Mohammad Sadiq Khan, met with the Special Envoy of China and Russia on Afghan affairs on the sidelines of this meeting. Mohammad Sadiq Khan wrote on his X page that the meeting discussed strengthening regional cooperation regarding Afghanistan.
Dr. Abdul Bari Omar, CEO of the Pashto company, discussed with investors from Netherlands and China about investing in renewable energy production via video conference. In this meeting, Chinese and Netherlands investors expressed their interest in investing in Afghanistan and shared their plans with the leadership of this department. About 6,932 surgical operations were performed free of charge at the Basel Provincial Hospital under the Ministry of Public Health last year. Of the surgical operations performed, 966 were major operations and 5,966 were minor operations, all of which were successfully and free of charge by experienced and specialized Afghan doctors. The High Commission for Addressing Refugee Problems says that 3,000 families have returned to the country through Nangarhar, Kandahar, Nimroz, and Herat provinces. In addition, SIM cards have been distributed to 1,182 returnees. 235 families have been relocated to their hometowns, and food and non-food items have been distributed to hundreds of families. The governor of Nimruz, Sheikh Mohammed Qasim Khaled, visited the camps of returning refugees at night. In order to better manage the process, he instructed the service committees assigned to the Silk Road to fully reach and returning refugees and settle them in different places. In collaboration with an Indian charity, 75 Afghan disabled people were successfully fitted with prosthetic legs. The Indian Foreign Ministry said that the move was part of its humanitarian aid to Afghanistan. In order to support and assist orphans, widows, and people with disabilities, the Kandahar Provincial Department of Martyrs and Disabled Affairs, in coordination with a charitable organization, distributed food aid to 400 families of martyrs and disabled people, with each family receiving 6 types of food items. The Counter-Narcotics Management Department of Farah Province arrested a person in Farah Road district of the province with 71 kilograms of opium, which he was trying to smuggle in a luxury car. It's said that the person has been handed to the judicial organs. That was all for tonight. Thanks for being with us. Have a great night.
ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا